Thanks for watching. I'm Margot Kinberg, and this is In the Spotlight, a closer look at a crime novel. Some crime novels feature sleuths who aren't exactly young anymore, and that can have a lot of advantages. For one thing, sleuths who are a little older, not young and beautiful perhaps, may feel more realistic because there are plenty of people in the world who are getting older as our population ages. So it can be relatable to have a sleuth who's not exactly young anymore. Let's take a look at that sort of sleuth today and turn the spotlight on Eileen Thornton's Murder on Tyneside. 55-year-old Agnes Lockwood is visiting Tyneside where she grew up. She's recently been widowed and wants to pay a visit to her old haunts as she puts her life back together. One day, she overhears an argument between two guests at the Millennium Hotel where she's staying. Later, she finds out that someone has stolen a valuable necklace from that couple. The police are called in, and Agnes learns that the detective who's investigating is Inspector Alan Johnson, whom she knew in school. He and Sergeant Andrews begin the work of trying to find out what has happened to the necklace. Inspector Johnson remembers Agnes Lockwood too and invites her to have a catch-up on old times meal. Instead, they discover the body of a young woman on the pavement. Now the police are involved in two cases, the theft at the hotel and the murder. Then there's another theft and another. There's also another murder, and it could be that the murders are related to the thefts. Before long, Johnson is under tremendous pressure to solve these cases. Meanwhile, Agnes feels very much involved in these investigations. For one thing, she's a witness. For another, she's curious and she's quite determined. So she does her own part to try to find some answers. Johnson soon learns, too, that she has definite, solid ideas and insights. The two work together to solve the mysteries, but it's not that easy to follow the threads, and Agnes finds that detection is a lot more dangerous than she'd imagined. So what are the threads in this novel? What holds it together? Several parts of the story are told from Agnes's perspective, so we learn about her. She's recently widowed, as I said, and still has moments of a real sense of loss. She's not crippled by it, though. She's smart and capable, but she's no Wonder Woman, especially not being as young as she used to be. She is quick thinking, though, and extremely determined, sometimes to the exasperation of Inspector Johnson. That said, though, she knows full well that this is a serious police investigation, and her instinct is generally to inform the police when she finds any information. She doesn't really play superhero. There are other perspectives shared in this story too, including Johnson's and Andrews. Another element in the story is the relationships that develops between Agnes and Alan Johnson. It's the very beginning of a romance, but you couldn't really call this a romance subplot. Neither is young and neither is in a hurry, but they enjoy each other's company, and both are interested in seeing if there might be a relationship there. The story takes place in Tyneside, and Thornton places the reader there. The physical setting is depicted clearly, and readers who've been to that part of the north of England will recognize the places mentioned in the story. The story is a whodunit, although there are howdunit moments too. Readers who enjoy putting the pieces of the puzzle together will appreciate that. Readers who prefer novels without a lot of violence and explicitness will also be glad to know that there isn't much of either here. Murder on Tyneside is the story of a woman who returns to her hometown only to get drawn into a web of theft and murder. It features a whodunit-howdunit mystery, a distinct Tyneside setting, and a police detective who faces a lot of pressure to solve a dangerous set of crimes. This has been In the Spotlight. I'm Margot Kinberg. Thanks for watching.